His safe was gone. His guns were gone.
Standing room only as the son of a veteran Detroit firefighter describes the moments after he found his father murdered in his own home. Now, as you would expect, it was an emotional hearing for all involved. What came out of it will ultimately determine if 3 suspects will stand trial for the murder of David Madrigal.
Now Detroit's Anu Prakash was at today's hearing. She joins us now with more. Anu.
Well, Curtis and Carolyn, testimony finished for the day, but it will continue on May 4th. So at this point, no decision yet on whether this case will move on to trial. But I can tell you today in the courtroom, it really was a true show of support for firefighter David Madrigal. Take a look inside. You can see just how full it was, many of them in uniform, a show of support for their friend and colleague. Madrigal had been with the department for 26 years and was planning to retire in June. But the veteran firefighter was found dead in his home on Detroit's west side last December 22nd. The 3 suspects in connection with his murder are Timmy Soto, Nicole O'Neill, and Christian Raznick. They're accused of robbing and killing him. The first person on the stand today, Madrigal's son, who's also named David. He talked about how he went to check on him when he didn't hear from him, and that's when he found him dead at home. He described later seeing damage in the house with his dad's guns, safe, and jewelry nowhere to be found.
He was laid back in his recliner with his feet up and blood coming out of his nose, forehead, and ears. His room just looked like an earthquake hit. The bed was flipped, the dressers were all pulled out, all of his boots, clothes were thrown everywhere.
Today, we also heard from the friend of one of the suspects who testified that he helped open that safe and was given $100 for it. Coming up at 5 o'clock, you'll hear from him and why he says he never asked where that safe came from. Live in the newsroom, Anu Prakash for the Now Detroit.